in Stamford Bridge where legends play. The Blues march on day by day. From the academy's nurturing hands to the roaring crowds in distant lands, Chelsea Sessions brings the game to life, with training clips and match insights so rife. We dive deep into every play, where the Blues make history every day. Oh Chelsea, our hearts beat true, in victory and defeat we stand by you. From the men's fierce fight to the women's grace, together we conquer in every place. Through the highs and the lows we've seen, your spirit remains evergreen. With every pass and every goal, you ignite the passion in our soul. On Chelsea Sessions we get to know the tactics and the players that steal the show. We analyze and cheer with pride for every Blue that's side by side. Oh Chelsea, our hearts beat true, in victory and defeat we stand by you. From the men's fierce fight to the women's grace, together we conquer in every place. From the youth's first steps to the seasoned pros, your legacy eternally grows. On Chelsea Sessions we break it down, following every dribble, pass and crown. Oh Chelsea, our hearts beat true, in victory and defeat we stand by you. From the men's fierce fighting to the women's grace, together we conquer in every place. So here's to Chelsea, both now and then. We'll follow you forever through thick and thin. With Chelsea Sessions we grow as one to 100K. Let's get it done. So here's to Chelsea, both now and then. We'll follow you forever through thick and thin. With Chelsea Sessions we grow as one to 100K. Let's get it done. Oh Chelsea, our hearts beat true, in victory and defeat we stand by you, by you. From the men's fierce fight to the women's grace, together we conquer in every place. So here's to Chelsea, both now and then. We'll follow you forever through thick and thin. With Chelsea Sessions we grow as one to 100K. Let's get it done.
In the midnight air, wires hum like they know you're there. Echoes ride through the circuit tide. We drift, we move, electrified. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We glow. We glow. We glide. We glow. We glide. We glide.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Big up to everybody that is tuned in right now. Let me change the layout because I don't like this layout. I'm gonna have to change this slightly so that I'm not blocking this frame in the first place. Let me put myself in this fashion. Okay, cool. I think this is okay for now. All right, so this is the case. Big up to everybody that is currently tuned in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me quickly go through the chat because there's some fascinating things here already. All right, so let me go back up to here. This is where it matters. So thank you very much, Team CFC. Team CFC has become a Chelsea Session member. Thank you very much for doing this. It's really appreciated. It will help the channel a lot. You have decided to become a member. So big up to you, Team CFC. So it's been a while since I've seen you as well, and it's good to see you. And he also says big up. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Big up to you, Team CFC. And hopefully the result of this match will be positive for us. Big up to Ijaz, who was here. Ijaz Maghal. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for showing up and for supporting the stream at this time. It says up the Chels, big up to you. And DJ Julio, big up to you, DJ Julio. Says the Blues, let's roll. Big up to you. And then Victor says, let's go Chelsea. So big up to each and every one of you who are tuned in. This is a very interesting match. This is a match that perhaps will be very enticing, be one that is fascinating for us, and I'm hoping that it ends positively. I'm going to quickly go through the lineup, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to take a little short intermission as I try to sort out some stuff, but I just need you to bear with me. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you who have decided to show support, to drop a like on the stream, and to, of course, be of support overall. So thank you very much for this. It's not going to go unnoticed. I really appreciate the support. So let's go through the lineup. The lineup is a very the most important thing, and it's very important that we go through the lineups. So for Chelsea, on Chelsea's side, we have Robert Sanchez in goal, no surprise there. We have Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto is the right back, which I think is very interesting to see. I had a feeling that this may be the case, but at the same time, I was hoping that I'd be wrong. But Malo Gusto is, of course, the one that starts. We have Wesley Fofana, so you have a French duo right there. We have Cheba Chalaba, who is on the left-hand side of that two centre-back pairing. And then we have Marc Cucurella, who is the left back. We know that for sure. So that's that. Then we have Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, who is the captain. Then you have Pedro Neto. We have Joao Pedro. We have Garnacho. And we have Liam Delap. So, very interesting 11. It's a very strong 11 on paper. The only interesting thing to me is the fact that, of course, Rich James is starting. And you can see in this graphic the bench for Chelsea because of the graphics that they put out, and I couldn't put it together in a way that would provide this. So I had to do it in this fashion. But I'm going to go on to the picture that I have so that I can share who is, of course, on the bench for Chelsea before we go any further in discussing with Wolves starting 11. So the bench for Chelsea is one that is very interesting. So you have Jurgensen on the bench, you have Tosin, you have Achenkong, Rhys James is on the bench, we have Andres Santos, we have Jamie Gittins, and of course we have Esteval Willian with Mark Guew. So Mark Guew is on the bench. He's not starting. I'm sure it surprises some people. Esteval Willian, that he's not starting, but that is the starting 11 for Chelsea and the bench as well. I'm just trying to set up a poll here so that I can, have you guys engage with me. Let me know who you think will win. So I'm going to put the poll out right now to see if I can get you guys to share your thoughts and have that chance to, let me know what you think the outcome of the match will be. So who will win? Who do you guys think will win? Will it be the home side, Chelsea, or will it be Wolves? Or do you think that the match will end in a draw? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. So the poll. Right, cool. So the poll has been placed up now. Let me see if anybody will interact with it presently. So, all right. So let's see what will happen here. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's see. All right. So for Wolves now, we have John Stone, we have Techachola or Techachoa. I'm butchering that name. But we have Bueno, we have Keleragizi, we have Totti, we have Bueno. I'm assuming that these two are brothers. Surely they are, because one is, if my eyes are not fooling me, it's number 60 is what? This is what? Number 4? Number 3. I'm assuming that they're brothers. Andre is also there. We have Gomez, we have Bellegarde, we have Huang, and we have Strand Larson. Strand Larson is a very interesting player that's there. But that is the starting 11 for both teams. I'll be right back, so bear with me. Just don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Doing this stream right now. I'm live right now. That's why I couldn't respond. I was talking when you were responding. I'm live right now. I told you that I was going to go live at 1. When you called it, I'm supposed to go live right now. When you were talking about it. But I'm trying to get some support. I just took a break so that I could respond to the call and play the music on the phone. That's what I'm saying. Stop jumping the gun and wait for the final result.
Neon pulse in the midnight air. Wires hum like they know you're there. Echoes ride through the circuit tide. We drift, we move, electrified.
That's not a physics song. That's not spoiler.
We're riding waves through coated skies. glide. Let the voltage glide.
It is not black or white. This is what they have only lost one match this season. One match.
Ride the current wide.
Yeah.
We
What?
go.
How many matches has this? That they won. They win 38 games. Sunderland or they are well deserved. I'm not talking to you. I need to go back. I need to go back. I think I need to go back. Alrighty, so we are about 47 minutes away from kickoff. However, we have some time to kill. So with that being said, I'm going to take the time to share some stuff as to pre-game start component of the stream. I've been doing this since last week, so I'm going to just simply do that as well. So bear with me. But as you guys can see, this is the lineup for both teams. Let me go back to this window right here. All right, so this is the window right here. So let me know. I'm going to go back to checking the poll to see what the poll has in terms of how many persons, the only persons believe that it will be a draw, win, whatever the case may be. So let me just get this thing here. But I hope you guys are well. Thank you guys so much. We have 4 likes on the stream already. We're 18 minutes into the stream as well. So I really appreciate each and every one of you who have shown some support so far. All right, so I'm just quickly sorting this out. Just sorting this out right here. I'm just doing this quickly. Let me just add this into component into the mix. All right, here we go.
Romeo, what do you think about the rabbits? Sorry. Toss? You see the... Yeah, you see... you... Toss. Yes? Toss. You see the malo? The piece of malo? With the rabbit mattress. Just disgusting. We agree. We all agree. You know what you think? Yeah, crazy. No respect. No respect for the rabbit. I'll be honest, bro. No respect. Weird, huh? Different. Yeah. It's different. Yeah. No one. Yeah, I'm not going to wear it like that. Ever did too much. Nah, too much. It's not mine, huh? It's not mine.
And I was only
On tomorrow's game, you played them just over a week ago. What can you take from that game going into tomorrow's this time at home?
Yeah, it was first half very good, second half we struggled, but also they changed the manager, the one that is in charge now. So for sure some similarity, but at the end again, these are the games that we need to win.
Yeah, you got lucky.
easier for your partner. Close yourself, put yourself to the ball. Okay, no, no!
1, 2, 5. Yes. Dale ahora, por favor.
Vamos, 13.
No!
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, now yes, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ocho, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, vamos récord, 15, 16, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right, so that was the trading session. Now I'm going to move on to share with you guys the press conference. So bear with me. Let me just get that press conference aspect ready for you. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just see what's going on in the chat first, and then I will bring this up after. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so big up to Line Chelsea, who says Maresca has no ambition, making excuses all the time. Victor was saying stop complaining. That's interesting. And then he said stop defending at Victor, and then big up, okay. And the Nightbot has finally made his appearance. Can you help us make it to 4,000 subscribers? We've actually gotten to 4,000 subscribers. Congratulations. I did not even realize. Congrats, everyone. We've gotten to 4,000. Happy days. Happy days. Let's do this. Yes, we could not have done it without you. Let's do that again. All right, so we have done it. We've gotten to 4,000. So I guess I can disable that command now to say, can you make it? So let's get into listening to the press conference of Maresca. What Maresca had to say. Enzo Maresca, the Italiano, is talking now. So just give me some minutes. Probably just mulatong mo sine. Ayan so mo, ayan domi so. Well, let's go into it.
How are you? How are the body clocks? The journey? Do you get back okay yesterday morning? Everyone raring to go for tomorrow evening?
Yeah, we are okay. The players had the rest yesterday, and we have a session this afternoon.
And just bring us up to date then on, I guess, Lavia's injury is probably the newest one, isn't it? Quad injury. Where's he at? How is he? Because he's had an absolute horror show of injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah, we don't have an update at the moment, so we need to wait still some hours to do all the check that he needs. But for sure, yeah, is at the moment is injured.
Yeah, and obviously not going to feature.
Say again?
Not going to feature in the immediacy.
No.
But how bad is it?
is painful. So we need to do all the check and then we see.
Neto back for you this week?
Pedro, he had a session yesterday with the physio outside in the pitch, was good. And today he will try with us and then we take the final decision.
I know after the game on Wednesday you spoke about rotation quite a bit, and I know that the club has spoken about how they are backing you in this policy. I just wondered if you'd seen the comments from Wayne Rooney this week in terms of how frustrated players are and whether senior players have come to you, because it makes their job so much harder, doesn't it, when they're constantly looking alongside and it's not the same player with that same understanding.
Who said that comment?
Wayne Rooney
Ah,
was
okay.
talking about it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, how the fact
No.
he didn't like it as a player and how he feels that maybe a group of senior players should speak to you about it, because it makes their job much harder when you're not lining up the same person and have that same understanding again and again.
I said already many times, we are in a moment, in an era where anyone can say what they want. It's correct. I completely respect. But I also said after Karabakh game that since I joined the club, it's also my view to rotate player, and no one complain in the moment that you don't win game. I can understand that no one is agree. I think that when the rotation is Andrei Santos, Brazil international player, Jorel Lato, Holland international player, Estevao, Brazil international player, it's not about rotation. They are good, they are talent, they are young, and for sure when they are young you have to give them the chance to make some mistake to be better. The same thing I think happened in the past with Joshua Chipong. So, but again, I understand that when you don't win game, the problem is the rotation or different things.
As a player though, did you like it when you were lining up?
I love
With
the
the
rotation
same-
as a player.
You what, sorry?
I love rotation as a
I don't
player.
believe you. You liked lining up against a different person every week, did you? Or did you like it when you had somebody alongside you, you know how they think, you know how they move, you look at, the very successful sides in the Premier League over the past few years, and it's often built on, two central defenders that play week in, week out, a back four that play week in, week out, because it gives them that extra under pressure.
I think in this moment, football is a bit different compared to years ago in terms of physicality and intensity. For me personally, it's impossible to play with the same players, 65 games in one season, Champions League, Premier League, and you cannot say, yeah, but why years ago was possible? Because it was different football. It was not so physicality. I played for 20 years. It was not so physical. Now change. So you need to rotate. This is my personal view, and I think you need to do that if you want to see a season like a marathon. Then when you are in February, when you are in March, that is the last sprint, probably you have to think in different way. But at the moment, I think you have to think like a long race.
Okay, we'll go to John, BBC.
Just one more on the rotation. Defensively, though, do you think it can be a problem? If you look at Arsenal, they've got the two centre halves who play every week. They play every week together. They've got a connection now. Is that a problem for you and for consistency that you haven't had that this season?
I think, first of all, at the beginning of the season with the Levi injury, for sure we lost. I said many times, in my view, in the way we want to play, our best defenders in terms of build-up. From there, we try to find solution. We try to solve problems. We try to adjust things. We were playing with the 3 at the back in the build-up. We start to play with 2 at the back in 4 or 5 games. So we try to find solution, different solution. Last game, we kept clean sheet with Trev and Wes. They just said to me this morning that last year, after 11 Premier League games, we had 2 clean sheet. This season, after 10 games, we have already 4 clean sheet. So, I don't know.
I was going to ask you about where you think you are at the moment. You've played 10 games, you're 7th, you've got 17 points. Is that where you expect it to be at this stage of the season, or has it been a little bit more inconsistent than you'd have hoped for?
No, I think we try to win all the games. Also, I can understand that this season the expectation raise around the team. Again, last year after 11 games, I think we had 19 points. If we are able to win tomorrow, we have more points this season compared to last season. So, do we have consistency or not? It's just the difference, the big difference for me personally from this season, last season, is the expectation around the team. Because the numbers are there and we can be even better than last season. But because the expectation raise, probably it's a bit different.
What is even better than last season? Is it for you just getting better, or is it actually trying to compete for the league? I mean, can you compete to win the league from where you are now, and from what you've seen this season? Can you compete to try and win the league this season?
I said many times, I don't like to think where we can be in April, May, June. I like to think we can win tomorrow. This is the only target I have in my mind in this moment. And then after tomorrow game, we have international break, and then we go again. But for me, if you want to try to compete, you have to think about the next one, and then again, when we need the last sprint in March, April, depends where we are, and then we decide.
Just one final one. You spoke about Romeo Lavia, and we've spoken about this before. But I mean, how concerned are you becoming that he just doesn't seem to be able to string together any run of games?
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame in this moment also because we are trying to minimize minutes for him. But even with that, he's injured again. But we need to, we need to insist until we don't find the right solution for him.
Okay, we'll go to Alex at PLP.
Hi Enzo. On tomorrow's game, you played them.
Right, sorry about that. There was a technical difficulty, sadly. But we move. Just had a technical difficulty right there. But yeah, essentially got the essence of it. At the end of the day, it was at the latter parts, anyways. But let's go to discussing this component. Let me just change. Let me use this picture instead. Let me use this one instead. But let's see what we can do here. Let's check the chat because a lot of things have happened in the chat. All right, so let's see. All right, so big up Blue Line Chelsea. He had gifted a Chelsea Sessions membership, but he ended up getting it, so that's good. There's also this thing right here. Blue Line Chelsea got gifted it. That's kind of funny. But big up to you, Victor. He says, I love this style. Great work sharing the presser and training. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's not easy. You have to get permission as well. So I had to go through all of that. But yeah, he said, lovely question by the journalist. I'm not sure which question that is, but thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, we're about 23 minutes away from kickoff. So for the last aspect of this, I want to just quickly go through, what the perspective is by the fans that I've seen, and I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about the lineup? Do you think the lineup is good enough? Do you think that the players that should be starting are starting? Let me know what you think. Trying to, get your thoughts. Yeah, man, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate each and every one of you who decided to show support. Really appreciate it. But yes, as I said, we've gotten to 4,000 subscribers, which means that we're getting closer and closer to that glorious achievement that we're aiming for eventually. But let's see what will happen. We have a long way to go. But I generally want to cry because that a lot of people don't understand the journey, and a lot of people don't understand the journey, the things that I've had to go through as well in the midst of these past 4 years of the channel. But yeah, man, I really appreciate each and every one of you who has showed support. It hasn't been easy, but we move. And I would obviously love for the support to, of course, be more, but I understand my channel is not a big one. It never gets to be at that level, but we move, I don't know. It's really sad because I really wished that this wasn't the case, but because we move, There's no point in crying over spilled milk. I just wish that it was a case where the support could have been more. But anyways, that's a me problem. That's a me problem. So I won't bore you with my disappointments. But yeah, if you're able to share the stream, please do share the stream. It really does go a long way. Well, thank you guys for showing support to the stream. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm just trying to do some, housekeeping. Trying to ensure that everything is up to standard, up to par. So let me know what you guys think about the lineup. Let me share the lineup screen again so you guys can see it. And I have to shift myself from here. Let me take off this banner because it's no longer relevant. And then I'll just put this here so you can see this. And you have to remove the other banner as well. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like the lineup? Is this what you were expecting to see from Chelsea? Let me know what you think about the lineup. 3 people are watching. So if we can get more support, please, it will go a very long way if we could. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the lineup. I'll be back. Just bear with me. I'll be back in about 4 minutes. I just need to do something quickly. Just bear with me. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere while I just try to sort out this situation that I'm currently experiencing at this very moment.
Neon poles in the midnight air. Wires hum like they know you're there. Echoes ride
All right, see, so I'm back. Just trying to sort out these final aspects right now so that it is easier to. But I want to just share this tweet from CFC Daily. I don't know, I want to just share it because what he has said is very interesting to me, and I agree with it if I have to be quite honest. So let me just bring it up right now. And there's some replies to it as well that are divided, split, and everything in between. So let me share it right now with you guys. The match is about to start in about 15 minutes. So, of course, we know that when it comes to that, it's going to take some getting used to right there. So I hope you guys can see the thing. It's in full screen, so I hope it is very clear. But this is what it says. This lineup just makes Wednesday much more confusing. Play Josh at centre back and Hato at left back. That would have been that would have seen Josh get minutes he fully deserves and would have seen Kukurea get a deserved rest or called upon in the second half. Rotation is only good if done properly, which is true. I agree with that. I agree with the last part particularly. Rotation is only good if done properly. So if it's not done properly, then clearly you can't say it's good. It's not good rotation, clearly. But looking at the replies, one person says Maresca is killing Josh. We need to. Well, this is. I think it means sack him ASAP. Then another person says, why is this dude crashing out about Josh? So you can see the division there. Okay, that's free advertising. I don't have time to advertise that. Maresca doesn't trust Josh and always defaults to experienced names. Regardless of form or fan pressure, Maresca is too stubborn to change. Selection isn't a meritocracy. Meritocracy. I can't speak, man. Otherwise, Josh and Estival would play tonight. I agree with that, especially Estival for sure. Realized earlier that it's not even about resting players. I think Maresca doesn't trust Josh enough. We might end up seeing Josh wanting to leave. Very well be the case. What you're asking for was one plus change, yet everyone was also saying we made too many changes. Nope, Josh is gone now till FA Cup cost two since I love him. Let alone the two starting. Maresca can't use any points, to joke at the moment in the Premier League. This is a very crucial game for us, to be honest. Yeah, and I mean, it's very strange. I was expecting a way better starting 11, but of course, Maresca is Maresca, so I'm not surprised. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think. If people are watching, I would like to get your thoughts. Share your thoughts with me. What do you think about the lineup? I'm sharing the lineup, and let me bring it up again for you guys. We have 30 minutes to go before the lineup the match begins, I should say. So let me go back to the lineup. Here, this is the lineup once more for people who may not have seen it and they might have just clicked onto the stream as well. So, let me know what you guys think about the lineup. I would love to know what you think about the lineup. Because it's very interesting to me that this is the lineup that he's gone with, especially the fact that the likes of Josh isn't getting a start when I think he fully deserves to be starting. But anyways, that's just me. I'm not the manager. The manager made this decision, and we have to just satisfy with what we see there. Can't complain otherwise, because at the end of the day, that's just the reality. But let me know what you guys think about the lineup. 3 people watching, as I said. I want to get your thoughts. I want you to engage with me, not just be watching or listening, but just send a one message so I know that it's not bots that are watching. I'm pleading with you guys. I'm looking for some new support right now. Let me know what you guys think about the lineup. Please, I'm asking for the last time before the match kicks off in about 12 minutes. Please, I'm begging you. What you guys think about the lineup? But yeah, I find it very interesting. In my opinion, I've already said it. I am surprised that this is the lineup. I was expecting something different, but of course, Maresca always keeps me guessing. Always keeps me guessing. So, not really surprised by it entirely, but it's shocking. it really makes you realize that rotation wasn't for resting. Rotation was for the sake of just rotating for the sake of rotating, because some of the players that even were supposedly being used for rotation are not even players that were not used and they were on the bench and they traveled are not even starting. So what's the sense? Are we being fed something that isn't true? That's the question. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think, as I've said, about the lineup. I'm very much intrigued by the fact that Josh isn't even starting. And I'm just hoping that the lineup works. I mean, Fofana is very good. He's been very good in the games that he's played. So, I mean, when it comes to that part, I'm not really too upset there. But, I mean, like, come on, man. Why is he not starting? What does Josh have to do to get the start? That's the question that I have, honestly. But, yeah, man, as I said, let me know what you guys think about the lineup. And do you think Wolves will actually cause an upset? Let me know. I'm trying to get some engagement with you guys. Let me know what you think as well. Yeah, all right. So I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to myself, sadly. Um, it says 3 people are watching, but nobody is nobody's here. I'm so confused. Nobody is here. It's just so funny to me. Anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. We move. I'm used to it now. I'm used to trying to get some responses and not getting it. But it does get frustrating. It kind of makes me feel like I'm talking to myself. But we move. We move. We move. The only person that's really here is Nightbot. Yeah, just Nightbot is the only other person here. Blue Line Chelsea, who's not a member, was also here. But it's sad, it's just sad. Feel like I'm speaking to myself. But thank you very much, Blue Line Chelsea. Says the membership is for 4,000 subscribers. I mean, based on the number of support that the channel is getting right now, you would not want to believe that the channel is at 4,000, because the support doesn't suggest that is the case. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just expecting too much when I shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But I like to think that people can actually at least interact. At least. Well, thank you very much, Blue Line Chelsea. You're the only person here that has actually showed support. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't tell the story. But I mean, it makes my efforts feel like it's for no reason. I'm sacrificing sleeping time just so that I can, set up everything, let it be professional, try to make the analysis impressive and all that. And nobody comes here. It's like it's better I just talk to myself like I'm crazy, rather than trying to do anything, because it makes no sense. I'm wasting hours upon hours planning streams and everything, and nobody's supporting. It makes no sense. Or if people do support, there's no interaction. They're just listening. And I get it. Maybe people are busy, but at least you can just send one message to say, okay, this is what I think about you, and then you can leave. I'm not asking for you to be continuously interacting. So it eventually does get frustrating, because when you sacrifice not just time but money into something and it fails, it makes you regret your investment. You know, if you invest in something and it's not benefiting you in any shape or form, then what else can you do but be frustrated? You know. But anyways, man, as I said, it's a me problem. It's nobody else's problem. It's a me problem. So I can't be too upset about it because I know what I was signing up for. Um, and I've always been told that it's not smooth sailing. So for anybody that looks at the numbers and says, "Oh, look at this, but you're getting good numbers, man." No, I'm not. I'm getting subscribers, but people just subscribe and then the support just goes away. So it makes no sense, you know. It is what it is, man. Oh, let me see what this says. I mean, big up to you, Jesus is King. What do you think about the lineup, Jesus is King? What do you think about the lineup, Blue Line Chelsea? The match starts in 5 minutes. So let me know what you guys think about the lineup. Let me know what you think about the lineup. Match is about to start. I'm just trying to ensure that I have the stream that for what I'm going to be using to watch the match up and available for when that time comes. So, but as I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys taking the time to, stop by, especially Jesus is King and of course the likes of Blue Line Chelsea. As I said, I'm trying to share the stream as well to see if it can enhance a bit in terms of the interaction. But yeah, so the match is going to start in about 4 minutes or 3 minutes and some added aspect. So let me just do this. All right, so yeah, all right. So just let me know what you guys think about the lineup. Let me know. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Um, I'm gonna try to see if I can get the thing set up now because the match should have started. All right, so let me just share this now. Thank you to the further brother that I have who always shows support and tries to help, with assisting me with being able to share the play-by-play action. So thank you very much. He knows himself. Um, yeah, three people watching. I never got any response as to what people think about the lineup, what we move. Let's go into the match now. The match has kicked off, so let's just focus on the match now. Yeah. Chelsea on the attack early on. Hugo Garnacho. Enzo Fernandez took a shot here. Very good. It's a customary start from Chelsea, starting off very strong. Let's see if it will continue or if it's just going to be a case of just up and down. I'm about 1 minute and something behind right now, so my thing isn't as up to currency as to what's going on with play by play. So you may see that we've scored if we do score soon before I do on the play by play. So what I'm seeing right now is that Garnacho has the ball, Kukulea, Garnacho, Enzo Fernandez, Wesley Fofana, that's what I'm seeing. But yeah, very slow start as usual, trying to build up, try to drag Wolves out of position, which is working slightly, but they're not playing too high. There's gaps in behind, but they're playing in a very unified way as well. Let's see if I can try out this layout that I have here. The layout that I created recently, because I believe it's better to do this. I'm going to put myself on screen, but not this way. That's not it. Okay, this is it. Cool. Perfect. All right, so 4 people are watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do drop a like, do subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, do check out the latest. Well, it's no longer the latest video. I'll have to change this Nightbot command. It's not the latest one. It's one of the latest videos, but it's not the latest one. The latest video is on Alyssa Thompson for the Chelsea women's team, but do check out the latest video on the men's team, which is on Josh Achenkpong. I appreciate this. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. It's greatly appreciated. I'm going to disable this command here about getting to 4,000 because the channel has already gotten to 4,000 now. We've successfully done that. Now it's about doing the thing with Josh Achenkpong. Let me see if I can find that timer. Okay, here it is. Righty. I don't think I like this layout. Makes me, it just seems off to me. I'm gonna try this. Well, this is not going to work. Okay, I'll just use this instead. We need to score a goal already, man. This is getting kind of underwhelming now. Shots have been off target. A lot of shots, but nothing has gotten into the back of the net yet. Chelsea are trying the best here, try to find a solution. Let me go onto YouTube and check how the poll is looking. Let me see how many persons have voted on the poll and see what the belief is. So 88% of the persons that responded to the poll have said that they expect Chelsea to get the win, and 12% say that they think Wolves will win. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what will happen here. Bear with me, my laptop is about to die and I can't afford that to happen, so I'll be right back. Let me get the charger cord before it's too late, because it'll be very embarrassing. Okay, so here it is. Why is this thing not plugging in? Okay, perfect. Still goalless. No goals to report just yet. But Chelsea, of course, have a throwing as they try to be the team to open the scoring. However,
Yes, sir. Big up, big up, big up.
yeah, what do you make of the game so far?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Chelsea are trying to score a goal. Um, yeah, I mean, cannot complain much at this time. How do you see this game so far?
The match has been lackluster. There's been chances, missed attempts as well. Could be better, but I think we're gonna score soon. I just see it's happening. Just we always find a way to just get some sort of goal when you least expect it. Right now, like Malagusto on the attack. Okay, nothing from that, apparently.
So Wolves have 0 shots and 0
it's
shots
just
on
back and
target.
forth into
Wolves are dead completely. We are playing a
yeah,
dead
but
fish.
I'm not gonna let that say the thing.
So we have 5 shots, 1 on target so far. So we are playing basically a non-existent team, and so highly likely we'll win this game. And we should, because Arsenal dropped points. Arsenal came back 2-1 and then conceded in the 94th minute. So it ended 2-2. So they are on 26 points. Maresca should, if I was Maresca, I would tell them win this match. We'll be 20, only 6 points behind Arsenal. That means 2 games behind Arsenal. Every chance to win the league. Chelsea win this game, win against Burnley, every chance, and then take on Arsenal on 30th November and beat them. Every chance for Chelsea to win the league. All we need to do, people do 3-4 hours of streams, 2 hours of streams, talk about Hato, talk about rotation, talk about injuries. I don't understand, man. First of all, talk about do you want to win?
For somebody specifically.
Everyone, just about everyone in the industry. Do you want to win the game? Talk about the manager, the tactics. Oh, we didn't get Levy Kobel. Cry. Is this Chelsea, man? Is this Chelsea? Is this the DNA?
We didn't get
Levy. One of the best squad in the world. No one can tell me on facts that this is not a good squad. This is a fantastic squad. One of the best squad ever assembled. Experience is not there, but who cares? Do we need experience, Tyrone? The world has changed. They don't want experience. At workplace, they don't want experience because things are done in a new way. They want all the 20 years old in every aspect of life, Tyrone. They don't want 30s and 40 years old, right? What experience do we need? Lionel Messi was the world-class player at 17. Ronaldo 18. Lamine Yamal 17. Mbappe 17. Haaland 18. Right? Zidane 19. So, what kind of experience we are talking about? Yes, we have injuries, and Enzo Maresca is right because of the Club World Cup. That's a fact. He's not telling a lie over here. But that should not be an excuse to not try and to compete for the highest honors. Because Enzo Maresca never mentioned that. This is the problem at the start of the season. Yes, we talked behind the scenes, and this is a very good point that he was expecting a replacement, right? But only if you didn't sign one central defender, everything falls apart. This is my question to you, Daryl. Only if you didn't sign one central defender, do you think everything should fall apart because of that?
Well, I wouldn't say that because of that. That should be the case. Where because you didn't get it, but because it's not like we don't have options. We do. Or you heard me? First and foremost, because I
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. We have centre backs. I think we need an experienced centre back. That would be good, but we'd have centre backs. We send them out on loan because we don't think they were ready. We didn't give them enough time to even prove themselves. We just said that okay, well, let's send them out because they won't get any game time, which to me I've always found that ridiculous. We have centre backs, and I correct myself. We do. We have centre backs, but we send out some on loan. We have Anselmino, we have Mamadou Sarr, we have the likes of Fofana, Tosin, Chalaba, we have Josh Acheampong. And of course, Hato can play as a centre back, but ideally I'd prefer him to play as a left back. Marc Cucurella can play as a centre back because he played as a left centre back at Brighton. Before he was utilized as a left back, and he was mostly used as a left centre back in a 3 at the back system at Brighton. So if you want to experiment and you want to do this, you can do so. I genuinely believe that we didn't need to play Kukurea on the early parts of this week. On Wednesday in the Champions League, we should have played Hato there. Well, we say that they needed the loan, and I mean they're doing well, but to say that we didn't get these players, we had centre backs. We have centre backs. So if anything, it's not that we need a centre back. We need experienced centre back. Tosin is supposed to be that experienced centre back because he's the oldest centre back that we have in the team, but he doesn't bring that much experience or good experience. The experience that you get from him is one where he's either slow on the ball or his ball playing leads to his teammates having to deputize for the pace at which he moves the ball. So we have centre backs. Long story short, I would love to see us get an experienced centre back. Tosin was on a free, of course, the sign-on fee and of course wages, but we didn't buy him per se. So that makes it easier for you to say that, okay, fine, cut your losses, although it's not necessarily a loss per se, because you didn't buy him. Really, he was on a free transfer. So yeah, get an experienced centre back. I don't know about getting Rudiger back because Rudiger is a controversial figure, but get somebody with experience. And experience doesn't have to equate to age, but experience is experience from they know what to do at the highest level and they can deliver. But I don't think not getting a centre back when you wanted one, when you had centre backs that you didn't have to send out on loan and just work with what you have without having to buy one, that shouldn't be an excuse. I get the midfield part I can understand because we wouldn't have been able to foresee that Dario Zugo would get injured or Romeo Lavia. We know he's injury prone. Perhaps we could have planned better for that part. But we have Andres Santos, you have Enzo Fernandez, you have Moises Caicedo. So it's not like we don't have the players, it's just that they're not available right now. And we don't want it to be a case where we believe that we don't have these players, but we do, because we do have the players. It's just that they're not available. And when they come back, you have to think about the fact that it's going to be complicated to get all of them to play. We're going to have to sell some of them. But I mean, Tosin can lead off the pitch. It's good. He has experience of know what to do. But the thing is, you have to lead by example. Silva led by example. Aspilicueta led by example. He led by example, and all of that. That's what we need. So it's not impossible. It's not illogical as well. At least I don't think it is. That's I want to see us get somebody in who will actually help us. But I don't think that it's as detriment. It's as dire as it is. I don't think we don't need to bring in any other midfielder. That we don't need any other midfielder. We don't. We have midfielders. We do. I don't understand why people don't recognize that we have midfielders. We do. We bought midfielders. We don't need any more. We don't need any more. So, or if you're gonna, who are you gonna bring in? Because I don't see us needing one. You have Caicedo. You have Andres Santos. You have Dario Zugo. Lavia is always injured. Yes, you have Enzo Fernandez. Kenji Price is an attacking midfielder, but that allows you to be able to utilize certain players in a deeper role. We don't need any other midfielder because the same issue that we talk about with certain midfielders not getting to start or not getting game time, it will persist because if you no top team is going to be having 9 midfielders. We don't need any more midfielders. The only way in which the only way you say I would say we need a midfielder is if we sell Romeo Lavia. And if we sell Romeo Lavia, then fine. We can replace him with somebody, but we don't need anybody else. We have so many midfielders that are, and there's another guy that people forget. We have Mamadou Sarr. There's another one that's called there's another player that we signed. I think he's at Strasbourg. I don't remember his name, but we have midfielders. We can't sell Silva. I mean, not Silva. We can't sell Lavia. I don't know about that. He's never fit. I'm giving him 2 more chances. I think he should get surgery. Let him be out for the rest of the season, and then we get somebody on loan or something like that. Because he's not. He keeps getting injured. And it's not like he's getting injured because he's playing game after game. No, he gets injured just by doing the simplest of things. So it makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. So let him get surgery. If the surgery doesn't help, then you know that it's a problem that will continue to persist and it's not good. You can't be special if you're not available. Jesus is King. Yes, we've not seen his full potential because he's never fit or he's barely fit. That's the problem. I always say the best ability is availability, and if you're not available, then you can't be special. The only thing you're special at is being absent. You're a notable option, or you're an honorable mention because you're not available for people to praise you or to applaud you or to say that okay, that's the case, because he's never available. That's the thing. He's never available. Anyways, I'm going to stop yapping because this is not a discussion things. I watch along. I'm supposed to be watching the game, and I'm yapping off my mouth. But yeah, man, what do you have to say, Jerry?
No, your analysis was spot on, and I don't think so. I've heard this good of an analysis of the question that was raised, and that's why the numbers are not telling the story over here. Same like XG, which we need to discuss in a future stream. You nailed it with the defenders and the options and what can be done, like, and with the midfielder thing, and of course the fans are passionate, and it's a good question. Jesus thinking about the midfielders, nothing wrong with that. And the defenders that we have, of course, if we sign a central defender, it will help us, especially if one maybe quote unquote proven or coming from a place of like has shown something with some pedigree. So I agree with that. So the frustration that I have is, of course, if we didn't replace Levy Colville in the summer, and that is the reason we are suffering. Of course, I understand. Naturally, if you are injured, it happens. I do understand. I'm not expecting Chelsea to win the league or say that it's a failure. I do understand these things. But I'm like, what I'm trying to say over here, if it's not understood or if it's misunderstood, is that, you know what, like, when I was like in primary school, like 8-9 years old, I would find a reason. Okay, teacher would allow the exam would be like postponed, or if we cannot do the homework. So when you're a manager at Chelsea, you shouldn't be like happy with okay. I want not happy, like content with okay. These are the injuries, and you talk to the media, and of course give the message to the fans and the owners that this is the issue. Fine, you sometimes do it. So you sometimes need to share that. Week in and week out, if you're saying this is a problem, the club World Cup run was deep, and we're finding it difficult. We didn't sign a central defender we needed. If you're saying that every single press conference, every third, fourth day, then I would be like, you're not trying to find a solution over here. You're defending yourself constantly. And as a Chelsea fan, I don't know about the fans of today. I think the club is all about winning. You need to find a way. And as I said to you behind the scenes, Tyrone, even the most demanding fans like me would kiss Enzo Maresca if he would say, look, I did my best.
Wow.
I need to find a way. I'm not finding a solution. So I will experiment. I will give players from the academy. But this season, I don't think so we'll be able to challenge. But I'll do my best to make sure we end the season high and we are ready for the next season. Say that. And I will shut up.
Okay. 2 people are watching. Let me know what you guys think about the match so far. We're dominating possession, but we're not doing much with the possession other than missing chances.
just one last thing for 15, 20 odd seconds. And in other words, Enzo Maresca is making sure the message that I'm getting that he gets the third season with Chelsea by presenting all these things, which some of them are true, of course, or else it won't look bad to a potential suitor like a Juventus or a Man City, because I think Maresca is good. I do think he's a good manager. Clubs will come for him. So he wants himself to look good. It's the message I'm getting from Enzo Maresca. It's not really about the team. He's like, okay, if it works, we finish 4th, 5th, it will be decent. If we win a Carabao Cup, it will look very nice, another trophy. But if it doesn't happen, I have already provided the reasons. So it's like I'll either get a third season with Chelsea, or if a good suitor comes, I can leave. Not thinking about the club. As I'm working, busting my back, always thinking about the games and the points and how we can challenge for the title. So, of course, I'll be frustrated, Tyrone.
Almost halftime, 37 minutes, almost 38 minutes, 7 minutes to go of normal time. Look, I'm listening to what the commentator is saying, and all I can say is that the commentator looks like he's taunting Chelsea to say that, oh, look at them, they have the ball. This has been lackluster. And, the commentator is saying that, Chelsea started off very well in the first 3 minutes, and then it's a case where it's unpredictable. You don't know what to expect because it's up and down unpredictability. But it is what it is, man. That's what it is.
So, Tyrone, do you recall when was the first time that Enzo Maresca mentioned the cost of winning the World Cup? When was it? Like around what time did Enzo Maresca first time mention that? Are you there, Tyrone?
I was trying to see if I could find out for you. But I don't remember
Take your time.
I don't remember what game it was, but I do believe it was a case where we were when we first started losing. Oh, I remember it. The first time we actually made reference to it was when we lost Levi Cowell. Levi Cowell got injured. He said, "This is the situation." So it's one of the disadvantages is that, of course, we won, but it meant that the season went longer than it did. So, of course, we started losing players because he started mentioning the fact that we're in the US and because of that, the different change in what the players are used to, the temperature, the climate, everything's different. So, of course, he mentioned that for the first time, but he made a tweet even after the game against Karabag on Wednesday. That's the situation. So the first time I think was after Levi Cowell got injured, and I think would have been for the first match of the season. In the press conference for that first match of the season. 3 people are watching. please drop a like. Let me know what you guys think about the match so far. And if you haven't already, do subscribe. We've gotten to 4,000 subscribers. I have to do a giveaway now. I did promise that I'd do a Chelsea kit giveaway if we get to 4,000. And there's been 2 donations. So we'll see. I'll see when I can actually pay off that, because I don't have the resources correctly to do 2 giveaways.
I was hoping that I'll get the gift, but I'm sad. Like when Blue Line gifted, I was hoping I'd get it today. How does it work, bro? Like YouTube does it randomly?
I think YouTube typically does it based on randomizing things and people who have interacted with the channel the most in the last 28 days. So if a person has even watched and then they've not commented, or if they've at least dropped a like, or they've engaged with the content or the channel in the last 28 days, they select from those people. So I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know it's randomized, and based on interaction, they just choose somebody. But I guess Blue Line Chelsea got lucky because he gifted it, or she gifted it, and ended up getting it. So that's very good, man. They got lucky.
I hope I get a Christmas gift like that. You see what I mean, right? This guy Maresca, man, seriously, like. And I like the video that you posted, the shorts. Like the fan base is divided. Either people love him, or people, I won't say hate him. I don't hate him. Or people don't rate him at all, or people think he's bang average. So that's an interesting observation, Tyrone. And I think we need to do some research. Why is that? Because I agree with you. People are so divided on Enzo Maresca. Do you have any clue?
My guess would be that, there's a lot of fans that really want it to work. So they're saying that they're backing the manager because, they see what he wants to do, which the thing is, I can also say that I see what he wants to do. I know what he wants to do. But is it fitting for the squad? Is it going to work? Will it bring the results that he's expecting or hoping for? That's the question. And that's something that we will never know for sure, because we're not God. So only God knows that. Only God can answer that question. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So he and then of course you have the fans that are used to the hiring and firing, and you also have the fans who are used to having the best. And of course, as you mentioned, Maresca is making a lot of excuses, more excuses than I would like him to make. And it's kind of infuriating to listen to his press conferences. And I even shared the press conference here. And, I think the first reporter asked him about the rotation and asked if, when he was a player, if he liked the whole rotation thing. And he said yes. But of course, he's not going to say no, he doesn't like it. Because if he says that, he's going to contradict himself. If we sack Maresca, who do we bring in? That's what Jesus King is asking. If we sack him, there's managers that are not coming to my head.
Yeah, you go ahead. So I will just ask Jesus.
No, you answer. You answer first. And
no, I'm not answering. I'm not answering. Sorry, you go ahead. I'm not answering. I'm just saying, Jesus King. Like, could you clarify? Sack him now, mid-season, or sack him at the end of the season? Because both. Then we have like a lot of options if it's about getting a new manager at the end of the season. Tyrone, go ahead.
Right, that's the thing. So if it's at the end of the season, then of course other managers will be available. Right now, makes the top. The selection is very well, Ten Hag is available right now, but I'm hearing that he may go back to Ajax. And realistically, I don't see it happening in mid-season unless they're willing to buy a manager out of the club that they are, which I don't know if they want to do that because that's what they did for Maresca. So, if anything, I see him lasting until the end of the season, unless things drastically gets bad. And they say, no, man, this is a massive decline. I think that's the only time we'd actually see him get sacked mid-season if it would happen. Because the options are limited in terms of who they could get without having to buy them out of their club, because that's what they probably wouldn't want to do, because it wouldn't be easy. At the end of the season, well, you have options that Chelsea could replace him with, to be honest. It's not impossible. I don't know if you want to say anything in response, because I have to step away, Jerry.
I mean, there are a lot of options. If we ask us honestly, where do we rate Enzo Maresca in this world? Of course, everyone will rate him differently, right? No one will give him an exact rating. But I would imagine if we ask the journalists, the analysts, the fans of different Premier League clubs, taking out the bias, the top 10 managers in the world, I would doubt that Enzo Maresca will make that list. And I'm giving him a lot of respect over here. I would even doubt a top 20 list. But I'm saying, okay, top 10. Let's talk about top 10. So we have so many options that's my answer. Where, of course, if I have to choose, 2 years ago I was crying, and I've been crying ever since. I wanted Nagelsmann, and God knows what happened. And highly likely he just took the Germany job because Bayern Munich, because of politics, parted ways with him, and Germany offered him, and he took it on a short-term notice. He's young, super young. I don't see him continuing with Germany after the World Cup. But at the same time, because Chelsea and Nagelsmann were in conversation before, I don't see it happening, but never say never. He'll be my first choice because being young and already achieved a lot, both got the experience, showed enough versatility, very tactical as well, and plays, of course, progressive football and improve the players, and still has a huge ceiling. So I would take Nagelsmann. And of course, coming with the German, the Klopp, the Ragnick, the Tuchel school of thought. So he has all of it. So there's a lot of potential if you want a young manager. If you want the same style that the players don't have to adapt, then we have Vincent Kompany. I know it may sound strange to a few people, but looking how he has developed and improving with Bayern Munich, if he goes and wins Champions League, then it's a strong case to maybe lure him to come to Chelsea. And if we want the players not to start, working on a new philosophy, a new football structure, then Vincent Kompany will be close to Enzo Maresca's style of play. Even De Zerbi, but right now he's not doing fantastic, although has showed great promise. So there are a lot of options. Of course, from Premier League, you can talk about the Bournemouth manager, the Crystal Palace manager. Of course, I don't see Klopp coming, right? So options are there, but how realistic are they? If Klopp comes, he said he would only come to Liverpool. And of course, like we can see from Italy, the German managers, who knows, Thomas Tuchel, if can make a return, because I see him with England up until the World Cup. So there are a lot of options, right? Both established managers or elite, world class, or proven, whatever word you want to use, upcoming managers, new managers, or managers showing a lot of promise, like the Bournemouth manager, Crystal Palace manager, other managers in different leagues. So we have to see which managers, if we replace, of course, if Enzo Maresca delivers, all power to him, he should stay, to make this clear. If he achieves the requirement, and we need to talk what the requirement is of this season, then definitely all power to him, he needs to stay. But if he doesn't, then of course I gave a long perspective. So the conclusion is that we won't be short of options. There will be a lot of options to replace Enzo Maresca. Do you agree or disagree, Darren?
Um, well, I'm thankful that Nightbot decided that you deserve to be timed out for that. For using multiple emotes because we can't answer the problem is, and this is the thing, you're saying that because the options are so limited right now in terms of hindsight, we can't answer. The truth is we've had conversations that has discussed it. So if you've actually watched streams where we've had in recent times, we've mentioned right now the in, we've mentioned it. We've had conversations here, and we've talked about the fact that we are aware of the fact that the manager market is limited in terms of what the players that we have, and of course having to change manager and then how that's not good for young players. We've had conversations about that. So if you watch that we've had in the past, you will be aware of the fact that we've always said that it's not rational that we sack him now unless things are so bad to the point where there's no hope. That is the only time we'd sack him, because the options are limited in this present moment. And of course, we want consistency and stability at the club for these young players, because a lot of these players, or some of these players, have gone through 4 managers already, four permanent managers, or 3. So it's not really rational, logical for them, to keep having change of managers. So of course, there's not going to be a straightforward answer, because the situation that we place ourselves in doesn't give us enough room to say that we can, get certain managers in, or certain managers to be interested, because that is why some of the options that we could have gotten. So yeah, man. But I'm gonna see. It's halftime now. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to come on to give their halftime thoughts. I know Bobby probably would be interested. But in the meantime, Jerry, what would you say about this first half? Really, I know you mentioned it in the past, but what would you say overall?
No, I cannot complain a lot. It's a decent half from Chelsea. Wolves didn't trouble us. Um, I mean, I'm satisfied with the first half. It's not spectacular, but of course, it will be silly for me or anyone to sit here and say, "Oh, we didn't play this way," because we know how Enzo Maresca plays, and we did what he wants us to do: play in the structure, create chances. At the start, it looked spicy. In the middle, around 15 to 17, 18 minutes, also it was very delicious. There were moments, of course, we took a lot of shots as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. How many chances did Wolves create? Nothing, right? So, not even a shot. So, this is how it is. So, as
They did create chances, though. Not to cut you, but they did create chances. The problem is that they didn't go into the box.
Right. Not on the target, right?
Yeah. All right. So Bobby's here, but
I'm fine. The style of play we have already discussed. This is the style of play of Enzo Maresca, and I'm fine with that as long as the results come. It gets frustrating because of course the football is dull, and the results are not there. But I cannot complain. It's okay as long as we win this game 1-0. That's fine. 1-0, 2-0, no problem. If it's a draw, then definitely it's not good enough. It's a huge depression going into the international break. But let's see. So I'm not like based on a 0-0 at this time would be too worried because Enzo Maresca is all about taking the time, making sure everything is at the right place, structure, 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 which is fine as long as you win, win, win. Challenge for the title. I don't mind this kind of a play. But I have discussed with so many people out there. I don't understand the people who do podcasts and shows what do they think because I've talked to 1,000 people, not 1,000, let's say 100, and 95 of them have said that Enzo Maresca style won't give you, because not all of them are Chelsea fan, a Premier League win, because the way he plays is not, it is pragmatic, which is good to an extent, but it's not taking chances, it's not aggressive, it's not high intensity. Of course, I'm not talking about highliner play a Hansi Flick way, right? Just to let everyone know, but it's not ambitious or attacking enough for you to be hitting a lot of 3 points. There will be a lot of active passive play, a lot of play where you would be content if you see score the first goal, then take our time, and then the team would equalize. And if they do, it becomes very difficult. So anyway, so this is what I'm trying to say over here. So I don't know, man. We need to see what Enzo Maresca can do with Chelsea. And so far, as you asked me about this game, it is good. I would say, if I have to be honest, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the first half.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Welcome, Bobby. Sorry, I know you've been waiting for a while for the link, but what do you think about the first half?
Yeah, big up, Ty. Big up, Jerry. It's always good to talk to you. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I'd give it a 7.5. Simply because you see, this is the age-old issue, isn't it? A team comes two banks of four, low block. We're struggling. And the reason we're struggling is we're too predictable. Our wingers only try and dribble, and they only try and dribble because the option for the quick 1-2 never seems to present itself, and that's what will get past the defenders. And we predictably keep crossing the ball to nobody. You're just crossing the ball to their centre backs. Delap, I'll still give him a chance. He's been out for a long time, but he's been rather disappointing. He needs to get his match fitness. Jao Pedro, I don't know what's happened to his finishing, but the chance he had and the attempt was just quite pathetic. It was very disappointing. Garnacho, his attempt was disappointing. He should have done a lot better. We're not clinical all of a sudden, all over again. We brought in these players because they were meant to be more clinical than what we had before. Look, I put out a post on X about this. The simple fact of the matter is, at the moment, it's too slow, too predictable. Everything is in front of the defense, and they're just waiting for a fast break. If they were a better quality team, they would have got that by now. But they still look a little bit threatening on the fast break, especially when they get down the flanks. And we've got to play quick 1-2s. You don't see enough of that. It's all slow, 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 try and dribble, cross. Um, I won't say I'm being too critical because that's what's in front of us all the time. They just do that because they know, okay, this is how to keep Chelsea out. We have another half to change that. We've got enough ball possession to change that, but we've got to do it differently. We keep doing this, it's not really being effective. Yes, we got two big chances out of it, which we squandered, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We need to be faster with the ball. Trouble is, I don't know if these players are capable of that. Let's see.
Sorry, I was trying to fix the layout, so I couldn't unmute. But yeah, I mean, I was shocked that Jerry said 7.5, because the performance has been very bad. Yes, we've created chances, we've had more of the ball, and of course, I don't think using the criteria of saying that okay, chances created, Wolves haven't done this, but whether or not the team is the opponent is being very defensive, that's what a team like Wolves you'd expect from them at a time like this, where they're trying to get as much points or a point where they can as whenever possible. So I'm not surprised by it. Nonetheless, as you said, Bobby, there are aspects of the game where it makes you have to scratch your head because you're wondering where's the goal scoring capabilities of some of these players. As you said, Delap, of course, he's still trying to get back that match sharpness and being able to play and perhaps give you something that you probably want to see. And João Pedro, it's strange. João Pedro's finishing has just disappeared and it's gone, and I don't understand why. But we'll see. Will you make any changes? And the question will go for Jerry as well. At halftime, Bobby.
Sorry, we didn't hear your question, Ty.
Oh, I was asking if you'd make any changes at halftime.
Yeah, that's a difficult one because I'm looking at the bench. I don't know why Gusto keeps rolling around all over the floor. I really wouldn't like to see us being forced to bring on Reece James early in the half because he needs a bit more rest time, in my opinion. The only other thing I would perhaps see happening is bringing on a little bit later in the half, bringing on, let's say, upwards of the 65th minute, bringing on Esteval for Garnacho and getting him to play either on the right or on the left, switching with Neto, and maybe a little further down the line, changing um, Delap for Gui, because I like Delap, I like his physical presence, but he's clearly match rusty, and Gui is explosive and he will harass the centre backs. However, that does take away any need whatsoever to be crossing the ball, but the crosses have not been effective anyway. So, we have to get through on the carpet. That's the immediate changes I can think of. Okay, thankfully, Gusto's still on the pitch and maybe he'll follow that line. But we're not creative enough. We are missing Palmer a bit, but I even think even if Palmer was there, we would still be doing this. The only thing with Palmer is that sometimes he can suddenly do the unexpected, which is desperately what we need now.
Fair enough. Would you have made any changes, Jerry? Of course, the second half has started now, but would you have made any changes?
Yeah, Garnacho out, Esteban Williams in. And
Did you
yeah,
expect Esteban to start this match?
as much as I would like Reece James to come, but I agree with Bobby that I would wait and not panic at this time. And of course, because of the reasons that Reece should not be overworked. So, but I would bring Reece James around 55th, 60th minute if it's still a 0-0. And maybe like put him in a three-man midfield. So that's another thing.
Hmm. Well, we'll see what happens in the second half. As you said, Gusto is still on. Chelsea appear to be starting off the same way they started the first half, which is trying to get on the front foot early on. We hope that it leads to a goal.
So Tyrone, like, have you noticed this? Not always, but most of the times, we start the half, especially the second half, even the first, with a lot of aggression and promise, but it dies out. Why do you think it is?
All right, two things. So you've asked two questions, and I'm going to respond to both of them respectively. Yes, and I've always said that, and it's always the case. Especially last season, that happened a lot last season, where the first half is as promising, the second half we either score early on in the first minute or something like that, or we create chances very quickly. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a case of endurance and being able to sustain that level of pressure and intensity over a long period of time. I don't know if that's the case, but it tends to be the case where it just slowly fizzles out to nothing, which is very interesting to me and questionable at the same time. But I don't know. Of course, no team can actually dominate for 90 minutes. At least I can't recall that ever happening. But it's just a common occurrence. It happens a lot in the second half. So if we have a good, and it's also vice versa. So if we have a bad second half, you can at least think that the first half started off very intense. And recently that's been the case. We started off very intensely, and then in the past we've scored early, and other times we don't. So I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm wondering if it's in terms of endurance and these players not being able to do it over a long period of time.
So what's your rating for the first half?
4 out of 10. I didn't see anything with promise. Nothing promising happening
Yeah,
in that first half.
even Jay gave it a 4.5, Tyrone. Come on, man.
So I gave it less than that. He's been. I'm saying 4. It was a flat 4. It can't be 4.5. I don't think so. I will never give it any rating that is 0.5. That is half. So it's bad and a bit, or bad and a half, or good and a half. I don't think so. It make any sense. But yeah, I'm saying 4. It was. I didn't say anything promising. We had chances, yes, but it makes no sense if you can't finish those chances. But hopefully we can get a goal. We need to win. Nothing less than a win is acceptable in my opinion, especially as the last match before the international break. So we need to go into the international break similarly to how we did in the last one.
Yeah, so far it's very safe to say, based on the evidence, that Enzo Maresca's Chelsea do very well, I would say, not well, against the teams that press us. I mean, that is very consistent so far.
Yeah, and that's why what Bobby said makes sense. That oh wow, that's predictable. It's predictable. We play very predictable. Because if the team doesn't give you much space, you struggle. And as I say that, as you guys can see, it says that Chelsea have scored, but it's under check, VAR check. So we'll see if it actually stands. But I haven't seen it because I'm about a minute behind. But looking at it now, I'm seeing that it says that we scored. So we'll see. Good if it's a goal. Fair enough, fair play, happy days. But we'll see.
Have you seen the goal yet?
No.
Okay, so I won't spoil it for you.
As I said, I'm a minute behind, so I think it's about to happen right now. Was it Gusto? Oh, okay. Wow. Gusto. Okay. Because I just saw a notification about first goal, so I'm saying when I'm thinking about who's on the pitch and who hasn't scored yet for Chelsea, I'm saying if it's either or Gusto, because everybody else there has scored a goal for Chelsea before. And it counts, so fantastic. He gets his first goal. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Happy for Gusto. Gusto's time at Chelsea has been filled with scrutiny, promising moments, and forgettable moments. So
I'm glad we scored at the start of the second half, man. It would have got so nerve-wracking. Now we can relax, I would say. I think most likely
that's close though.
The game is pretty much safe now.
I'm not going to get ahead of myself because there's still enough time. And Wolves loves a goal against us, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Wow. And Maresca was so happy for Gusto. You can see it on his face. Oh wow, the bald head is bald head versus bald head. The Wolves interim manager and Maresca both have bald heads. Another bald head may fall prey to Maresca ball.
So we are second now, 6 points behind Arsenal. Second, Tyrone, and hopefully we finish like this. And after the international break, I really hope the manager would go and challenge for the league. That should at least be the target and the ambition. 6 points is not like impossible to cover, and we may be third because Liverpool and City will play as well tomorrow. But even if we are third by tomorrow, there's no reason why we should not try and compete for the Premier League. I'm so excited, man. I know we are not in a title challenge. I'm not saying that or promoting that, but I hope the management and the board would see the table and say, why not? We can at least try. There's no harm trying to go for the league title. Wow.
Well, you already know my final league position prediction, and I'm still sticking to that because there's a lot of components that I'm considering. Of course, we'll have certain players back, but at the same time, things can quickly change. But yeah, I mean, it's good. Win the games, keep winning, and if you keep winning, then of course there's no other. There's nothing else you can really say. And as you said, if come December when the winter window begins in January, we still find ourselves in a situation where we're close to the top, fantastic. Then maybe they'll say that okay, fine, let's see if we can get somebody on a loan or whatever the case may be to try to help with keeping ourselves within that scope. Because
yeah. I'm sure. I have no doubt that the board will go for someone, especially as you said, if we are at least third and in the knockout stages of the Champions League, then there's for sure there's no other option but the owners to go for whatever. I mean, they should be doing whatever they need to do if we are both, let's say, even in the top four in the league and in the knockout stages, or even if we have to play a qualifier, right? We need to do something in January. So I'll agree over there. And I have no doubts that they will do it. Of course, people think that they don't care. I'm sure if we are in a good state, as you just said, Tyrone, and I just mentioned Champions League. So we should not also forget that we have a great chance to be in the knockout stages without even playing the qualifier, as we will potentially, we'll see when 25th November approach. we'll potentially play a B side of Barcelona. So we have a great opportunity over here.
I have a question to ask you, and I don't think I've ever asked you this, even privately. What gives you that level of confidence with it, in the sporting directors or the board? Because I haven't seen anything to suggest that that they will do so, that or I can confidently they will do something. It's always been a case of waiting to see what happens because they've not done anything that has shocked us to say, oh wow, they've done this. The only time I remember that is when they first came in and we signed players galore. Every player we're linked with, we try to get them, and we're having a whole beautiful meal and being in transfer battles and everything. Haven't seen that now. So what gives you that confidence? Because I'm very much intrigued. Right. A lot of people don't trust the sporting directors.
Oh, okay, it's a very good question, and I'm glad that you asked this question. So it's a lot of factors, mitigating factors, and again, the way I see it. So not everyone will agree with me, nor should they. Number one, uh, as you said, that they invested a lot, they bought a lot of players, and it was like, wow, they're purchasing. It's another like Roman Abramovich style. This player, that plays record signing, British record signing Enzo Fernandez January 2023, and then broke the same British record signing in August 2023 when we bought Caicedo, and of course we bought a lot of players. So the way I understand it, the way I see it, that they have done that investment in the 3 or 4 windows, and they have already assembled a squad that they think is doing well, is growing, and can further develop. And we do have, which I think, quality players all over the pitch. Just imagine having Cole Palmer and uh, Estevao Williams in the same team. Which team does have this? Does have this luxury? Anyways, but of course, it's not perfect. I acknowledge that. The only criticism, if I have to, because you said I don't, because if someone is doing a great job, then I would not be picking up 1 or 2 things, right? With Enzo Maresca, it's like 7 bad things, and so that's why you have to highlight. So the only criticism would be that we waited far too long to sign a striker. We didn't sign a striker 2 years ago when we had Nico Jackson. Then we didn't sign a striker last summer. And then we eventually signed Jalap and João Pedro. So this is where I think they made a mistake. Apart from that, then the only other thing that you see is Levi Colwill. But they do believe that they have already signed enough players, and we finished 4th, won the Club World Cup, and we should continue from here. Give the chance to the no one. Look, Levi Colwill got injured, but then no one expected further injuries, like so many injuries and so many defenders getting injured. So they do consider them as part of a plan. They do think they're good enough to be part of the squad. So in that context, and if Enzo Maresca and the team is improving, showing some promise, I'm sure that it's like a business. It's like a sales thing. Like this is what you have. You achieve this thing. I'll give you something more. Show me something that I need to give you more. And so, and the last thing I would like to say, don't want to go too long on this, is of course when they invested and did all of their thing, I think they did a lot of research. And when they invested and got a lot of players, of course we can say they made a few signings that were not optimal or that shouldn't be or paid a lot for these signings, right? But since they have paid so much, they have to keep in consideration the sustainability, FFP, PSR. So they are very careful with that. They are very clever with that. They want to see, okay, the squad is there. We need a few signings from here. We'll take our time. We don't want to just keep on putting in players right here. So that's what I think. And I don't think so. They have built a house. They have invested. They're so proud of the Club World Cup. They even made a new shirt, for that. How happy they are with this trophy. They would like to progress, right? I'm not sure if they have the same determination that I have or hardcore fans have. I'm not saying that. I don't know. But I'm sure they won't mind strengthening the squad if they know that they can go further and achieve bigger things.
Okay. Well, it's not my place to try to convince you to think otherwise. But I just found it interesting because even with what you just said about if you have to make a criticism, and that it pick to pick and whatever to find things to criticize. There's two things that you've mentioned that are enough for me to say that is why I have no trust in them, because nothing has been sustainable with them. And you said few of the signings haven't worked. Oh, but by the end of the day, in terms of the net worth of signings, it's been over 1 billion. So and a lot of those players are no longer here. And it didn't work out. Whether for different reasons. Koulibaly is one of them. Aubameyang is gone. The whole thing with Mudryk isn't really, he's not available. You have players like I'm thinking about these players, and I'm saying, were these players actually at Chelsea? We got on loan. What's his name? Zakaria at one point. Jackson hasn't really worked out fully. So when I think about it, a lot of these players haven't really lived up to the expectations. Wesley Fofana is a player that is not the club, but his availability is up in arms. So that's my biggest thing. We've signed players like, what's his name? What's that? Fofana. That's a Fofana. He's gone, or he's soon to be gone. So I'm saying that we've signed players, and yeah, we did sign strikers. It's not like we didn't wait to sign a striker. It's just that striker never came into Chelsea to actually play per se. I think he only played one game for us under, I think it was Potter, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, fair enough. If you have confidence in them, that's good. Be able to find positive in what other people find negatives. That's good. I just found it very interesting, and I've never asked you about what really gave you that level of confidence, and that's fine. But yeah, it's good. It's good for objective thinking and all that. So fair enough. I thank you for responding modestly and honestly.
Yes, sir. And one thing, like quickly, and of course, I'm a huge fan of their investment in youth, and I do like this idea of the youth investment and having a young squad, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's not like they have done something that is unique. So fair enough, yeah, they've realized that they need to sign young players, yes, but it's not like it's something that is new to Chelsea particularly. We got in trouble for it. That's why we got transfer ban in the first place, for signing a whole bunch of young players. So it's not like we've never seen it before. But Chelsea have scored yet again. Oh my lord. I wonder who scored this time, because I'm way behind. I'm way behind. I'm just at 62nd minute. And the game is in the 66 minutes. So I don't know who scored, but I'm way behind. Yet to see the goal. I don't even know who scored. Yay! My FPL will be very happy. Wow. I feel bad for Delap, man. He as soon as he comes off, João Pedro scores. That's sad. Wow. Early, okay. Interesting. Do you have something to share with us, Jerry? Did you were you
That's why I gave a 7.5 at the end of the first half.
Okay, because your bet was working out. Fair enough. Bobby, I don't know if you're still here. What do you think about the second half in comparison to the first half?
Maresca is a double win for me. I criticize him and he gives me the benefits. So in conclusion, I'm in that board who believes that the owners and the sporting directors are doing a fantastic job. It is the manager who is underperforming with what the squad that we have. I think if we have a better manager, and with better is subjective. Better means an upgrade, whoever that upgrade is. I think a better manager can get us at least compete for the Premier League title or the Champions League with what we have already. And therefore, I'm very content with the squad. And secondly, Tyrone, I don't know, like we forget, maybe we are privileged as Chelsea fans. Like a lot of clubs cannot spend seriously, and we are few clubs in England and few clubs in the 10. Let's say 10 of those clubs. We are probably in the top 7, top 5, in fact, who can spend this much. Maybe top 5, right? And okay, you can say that we haven't spent as we should have by spending whatever we did. But I don't see like how can I complain when we have so much muscles to spend. Maybe not now after all this spending, we have to be careful. So I'm more than happy. Like I don't know, like as I said, Esteban Williams and Cole Palmer playing in the same team. Name a second team with such quality on the pitch. Moises Caicedo, you can argue the best midfielder in the world right now, maybe alongside Pedri, Rodri. Right, Enzo Fernandez is underachieving, but a lot of fans rate him though. Like, okay, talk about the fans who highly rate him. Of course, Lavia, I'm just going, is the injury issue. We have Santos, who is hardly utilized. We have then wingers like Neto, of course, we already discussed Cole Palmer, Esteban Williams. João Pedro still needs to show that he belongs at the highest level. Liam Delap. You may question that maybe we should have, but too early to say I still believe in Liam Delap, right? Should have signed some other player of some other profile. We talk about Reece James was already here, right? And then we have Gusto. So look at the options we have on the right side, on the right back side. Cucurella, I would say, okay, over here we are lacking something. We are highly dependent on Cucurella. He plays a lot. This is the place which needs to be strengthened. And of course, with Levy Colville out, I do understand. I get that. But when we have Josh and Tosin and Fofana and Hato and, Chalaba, my favorite, in fact, should have named him first, among others. Then, and Disasi, of course, training separately. We do have players over here. So, I mean, come on, when you have the whole furniture, if a side is broken, then I don't think so we should be complaining.
What? What? I don't understand the analogy. So you have a furniture and part of it is broken. That's not safe. Because at any point,
I said if you have the whole furniture there and one side is slightly broken, then we shouldn't be complaining. Rather than we should work on it and fix it.
No, that's why I'm saying that, because if it's slightly broken, it can get worse. So I mean that I do get. I'm not understanding the analogy because that's dangerous.
I'm looking at the 90% things we have rather than the 10% things we don't have.
No, but the 10% can get worse. That's the thing, because if it's slightly broken, something that is slightly broken.
My humble opinion is that we are complaining or demanding a lot, to be honest, a lot over here from the sporting directors and the owners. That's me, anyways. But I'm more than happy and thankful and grateful to our beloved owners and the sporting directors.
And this is something that you need to that you're disregarding. You mentioned Malo Gusto. The person that got us Malo Gusto is no longer at Chelsea. He left because of the current sporting directors that we have. The reason why we got Esteban Williams was not because of the sporting directors, as in Lawrence Stewart and Paul Wood-Stanley. They were not the person that got them in. Robbie and Lavia. They were not the persons. there's a difference between sporting directors and based on their structure and the confusing thing of you have recruitment, you have head of recruitment, you have director of recruitment, and you have sporting directors who sit along the same, and then you have another one that they got from Liverpool recently. So I'm not gonna give them credit for everything, because they've not gotten. I think all the players that they have reportedly been responsible for getting, only one of them from the two of them have worked out long term. Caicedo wasn't brought in by Paul Wood-Stanley or Lawrence Stewart. So my thing is, you have to understand that when we say about sporting directors, as in the rules of these persons, that is why I'm not so confident. The owners are showing that they're willing to invest, because of course they spend billions on it. So of course they, and as I mentioned earlier, as Chelsea score a third goal, if you're investing in something and it's not working out, then clearly you're going to either try to get rid of that investment, or you're going to try to find ways to improve, or to try to make that investment improve and be of benefit or profits to you.
But how is it not working out? We finished fourth last season. Okay, I'm not happy. You'll first of all say I'm not happy with that. But that's me. I want to win the league. But we finished fourth last season. We win the club. I won't even mention Conference League, but we win the Club World Cup. Okay, this season so far is very up and down.
Not because of them though. No. But the thing is though, and that is the club. Oh yeah, we won the Club World Cup, but we didn't get We didn't get the qualification for the Club World Cup because of the owners. They inherited that because we won the last thing that one of the last things we won under Roman was the Champions League. And then because of our UEFA ranking, we were able to, based on 2021, 2024, we were able to get it, although we did poorly since 2021 up until recently, although you won't mention the C-tier UEFA competition that we won. But so that's why I'm saying that yes, we won it, but at the same time, and we both said that our route to the final was completely different from a lot of the teams that actually got eliminated earlier than us. So my thing is that yeah, we've done good, but I wouldn't word it as fantastic, because fantastic makes it sound like there's not been any cracks there. And as I've said to you, if there's cracks or if there's anything that is broken, then you should fix it. The only time you should not try to fix something or complain about it or try to find a solution is if it's not broken. If it's not broken, why would you fix what's not broken? But if there's a slight crack or if there's something broken, it can quite easily eat at the rest of the surface, or it can get worse, and then you're falling out in a place where you have to be reactive. So that is why I'm saying that yes, we've done good things, we've won things. Finally, it didn't come in immediacy, but it happened eventually, and it can get better. But I just wouldn't say it's fantastic, because it's not without its downfall or its inconsistencies. You just had mentioned about Maresca, and if you're criticizing Maresca, then you have to criticize the process that brought him in, I should say. And so that is why I'm saying that really getting where it's fantastic if we've gone through 4 managers and we're hoping that this manager will stick. That's the situation. So I don't know. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I wouldn't say fantastic. It's been good because we're reaping rewards, but it's not necessarily been smooth sailing, or if there's a little crack on it, or you've had if you have something that you've had for years and it's just has a bit of a broken piece of it and it still works effectively. It's not that, because there's been times when it could have fallen apart completely, and we found a way to probably put some heavy purpose glue on it to keep it in place. That's it. We just put a band-aid or a tape or something over it. We didn't address it until recently. So that's why I'm saying that I don't really like being reactive. If you wait till things get to a point where you have to be reacting last minute to fix it.
So
but that's
for
just
example, if Maresca is sacked and I'm appointed, I mean, if I was a manager and good enough, and
then you know you have my backing. You know you have my backing.
Then I would not ask the sporting directors to sign any player in January. I would tell them to wait till summer. Let me see what I have right now, because I would believe in the defense and the options that I have right now, and I'll work with them. In other words, I really like the defenders that we have. It's just that it's an injury issue right now.
Fair enough. The thing, as I'm saying, there's no need to sign anybody right now. That's the thing. And I'm seeing a lot of people say that we should, but I don't see the need for it. It's not a necessity. It's only if you want to say, okay, maybe we can get a experienced defender, but there's no room for it unless and maybe you can say a midfielder, but at the same time, Darius Zugo will be returning in January. So should we really be looking to sign another midfielder? I don't know. And plus, there's also academy players that you can utilize in the meantime, because I'm yet to see a case where we sign a midfielder in January that has hit the money or they've been consistent. That's not happened, because it's a lot of the times when you sign a player like that in the for the midfield, for example, it becomes difficult because it takes them at a longer time to really adapt to the team. A striker, not so much. You've had strikers that have worked out or defenders that have worked out, but midfielders hasn't really been something that's happened often, because they really like the hearts of the team per se. So I don't know about that, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can just wait and see what happens. But yeah, if we were to sack Maresca, which I don't see happening anytime soon, at least like December or next month, I don't see that happening. And based on this result, it becomes kind of difficult for us to really see it's that we'll get into a dire situation. Because by the time December begins, it will be basic. We would have already played 2 games prior to December starting, because we have 2 weeks now after this. And as I said, I'm happy that as I said earlier, that we'll be going into the international break most likely with a win. And going into it with 3 points. I'd be surprised if we don't see out this result. There's about 12 minutes plus added time to go. I just want to know if Bobby's still here, or if it's just a malfunction on my end. Okay. I take it that he's not here then.
Tyrone, call me optimistic or a person who gets so excited from football that I hardly get this excitement from anything else. 6 points behind Arsenal. Do you think Maresca, the owner, sporting directors, Reece James would sit and say, hey, I think we have something over here. We could potentially challenge for the Premier League title. Or do you think I'm out of my mind?
That should be the mindset. We had shows in the summer saying that if Maresca is saying that they exceeded expectation, if you continue to exceed expectations of the fans, if the owner tell you, and that's the thing, if the owners don't tell you, if the owners are saying to you, let's just try to keep getting a top 4 finish or whatever the case may be, or getting Champions League qualification, then try to do as best and nothing less. Do your best, and if your best leads to you just finishing 3rd, then fine, fair enough, that's improvement. We got 3rd last year. So if we get 3rd again, then that's in and around the same place. I did say to you that if we get more points, then obviously based on people, based on points tally, that is progression. Whether it's small or large, that is only going to be determined when the season comes to an end. So yes, I mean, right now I think we should try, as Maresca said, we would try to go for everything, and that we're able to win, and that's what you should do. If a case where you don't win everything that you're in, then of course it should be a case where you tried everything and you just simply couldn't do it because it just wasn't your time. Simple. That's what I think. So yes, right now on paper it looks beautiful, but we we can't be fooled. We've had this situation quite honestly, barring the Pochettino year, consecutively. And Potter's season, I can say as well. We had it under Lampard in his second season. Tuchel had it for a period in November, and in December it all fizzled out when the injury started to creep in. And the same thing for Lampard. So that's the thing. So it's not a case where we've not looks like we're in it. But the thing with the last time, I think it was Tuchel was where we actually were able to pass the December period and still look and give that impression that we could do something. And of course, last year that's the closest we did in the last 2 years, because of course we know that if we had won against Everton, if we had beaten Fulham, all we'd have needed to do was to win, and we'd have been top for Christmas alone. Just to name an instance, that alone could have made us be first. So, a lot of things went bad, and of course, it's the butterfly effect, I think, because if we won against Everton last year, who knows what would have happened? Maybe the confidence would have developed, and maybe would have been in quote unquote picture longer. But all of that is the case. We don't know what would have happened because it never happened, and I don't like to think about hypotheticals. So that's it. But yeah, for sure, to give you a short response, yes, that should be the case. Try to do as best as you can, because if you exceed expectation, continue to try to do that. Try to show that you are a special individual, and that you can deliver something and prove the doubters wrong. Because as I've said privately and publicly on the channel, I'm yet to be convinced by Maresca. Yeah, we're winning games and we've won 2 trophies, but we've seen managers win us cup competitions.
So you're not yet convinced, not even after this win, Taro?
No, I'm not, because the thing is, and people may say that I'm being hypocritical, but if we did beat Wolves, then serious questions should be asked, because the team was heavily rotated. So there's no excuses, because if you're saying that you had to rotate because players have been playing non-stop, and it's not good for players to be playing every 3-4 days, I should say, then if we hadn't won this match, then they would have been disgraceful, honestly. So this is a match that you'd expect us to win, and if we don't win it, then something is wrong. But that being said,
but but the way that we won this game, I mean,
by scoring 3 goals.
3 goals, controlling the whole match from start to finish. I mean, I was actually surprised when people were not really appreciating the first half. I actually meant it when I said 7.5. But anyways, I'm very happy with this performance. I was super happy at the end of the first half. I would give it a 9.5 out of 10 so far. And I still believe Enzo Maresca.
I'd move mine to 7.
And I would still say Enzo Maresca is probably not the manager that we should have, because we only need one manager. Man, come on. He's not the best manager in the world, far from it. But as much as I criticize him, he shows promise. But this is the problem. We see a promise here, and maybe we'll draw against Burnley after the international break. Maybe we'll beat Barcelona and then we'll lose to Arsenal. This is the problem we are having with Enzo Maresca so far. But let's see, man. Like, there is promise, but the consistency is not there, man. I don't know, man. But we played a fantastic game. We played a fantastic game today.
You love the word fantastic, man. You love the word fantastic, don't you?
I know it's against the 20th place team. But maybe this is where maybe my expectation is so low that I'm happy. Maybe I'm happy. That's another thing. But I would not have backed Enzo Maresca if I didn't have faith in him. Anyways, you continue, sir. Sorry if I tapped in. My bad.
It doesn't matter what I want to say, because it's no
irrelevant.
The whole thing
But
is that
anyways, we move.
Barcelona, Arsenal, Burnley, Cardiff City, Newcastle City coming. That really is an interesting phase, and if Maresca can, I'm not expecting to win all those 6 games. Can do decent enough, then I will say maybe there's something over here.
Okay, well, I still persist that he's not the manager, and it's not based on tactics; it's based on his mentality. So that's the thing. But anyways, we won. I'm happy we won. But as I said, I would have been shocked if we didn't win, because what's the sense of rotating in the week in the way that we did if there's nothing to reap from it, by winning this match against a managerless Wolves who haven't shown that they can really be of harm to us. The only things that I do know that they can score goals against us, and they love to score a goal, and they can still probably get a consolation goal still. Make it 3-1.
Actually, the time is short. I mean, the full time that is left for the game to finish. They can even come back and lose this game 4-3. If you see what I mean, we were 3-0 up against them in the Carabao Cup, but the thing is, it's 87, 88 minutes now. So I won't be surprised if they can come back and score 2 goals, but for that they need 30 more minutes.
Fair play. There's about 30 seconds left of normal time. We'll see what happens. So, but the funny thing is that and I just saw a tweet by CFC Daily as well. That's really fascinating to me. We are currently sitting second, and the worst that it could be is that we will be fourth by the end of the weekend, which is very interesting, because a few weeks ago it was a case where we were seventh. But yeah, man, there's 4 minutes of injury time, as they say. But yeah, that's just the fascinating thing to me.
Okay, can I say something?
Proceed.
Not to play devil's advocate, but to give a fact over here. people need to correctly, I'm not talking about you, people need to correctly read the table as well. Yes, we are second. We may remain second. Let's say we are second after tomorrow. And it's true, it's a fact that we'll be second, third, whatever. And but the thing is, just to illustrate, that second is kind of a false second. It is a second, but it's kind of a false second with the 27 games remaining. We are second, and let's say we remain second, like all results tomorrow go in our favor. Manchester United is 8th and are 2 points behind us. Two points behind us. So if we lose, if we draw the next 2 games, we will be 8th, 9th, or 10th. This is how close at this very second the Premier League table is. Yes, we are where we are, and let's say if it was 38th game, we would be finishing second. But right now, if we are not consistent, what I'm saying, we could easily be around 6th, 7th, 8th in the long haul. The way I see the table, I wanted to share it. So good. Right now, it matters what it is right now. But more than ever, consistency is vital if we have to be around this position, second, third, fourth. Because as I said, Manchester United are 8th, 6 points behind us. Sorry, 6th place behind us, but with only 2 points hanging in the balance. So nothing to take away where Chelsea is right now. But if a draw against Burnley and a loss against Arsenal would take us back to 8th, 9th. And then we know the fixtures in December with Newcastle City. I don't know if you're playing Liverpool as well. No, not Liverpool. Newcastle City. At least Newcastle City. I forgot the rest of the fixtures. And no small team is a small team, right? Okay, we won comfortably against Wolves today. But especially in December with the festive season around, we know what happened with the Ipswich, the Fulham, the Evertonians last season. So it's close. It's close. Will we be second in May? Potentially. Will we win the league in May? Maybe. Will we finish top 4? Perhaps. Potentially. Likely. Will we finish 6th? It's a good chance. Will we finish 8th? It's a possibility. So right now with Chelsea, full time is here. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know. Maybe someone else know. Maybe someone who's putting a tweet, we are second. Just be careful. I would say it's equally likely that we finish 3rd, 4th, and it's equally likely we finish 6th, 7th, 8th at this very second, Tyrone. Go ahead, and sir, you can give your final thoughts, or if you have other guests, then they are most welcome.
Not you try to conclude the show.
9.5 out of 10. Well done, Enzo Maresca. Very well done, sir. Keep it up, man.
Wow.
Oh, wow, Bobby's here.
Are you there, guys?
You're not hearing me.
Am I in the show or backstage? Let me see.
No, we're hearing you. Are you not cheating, Jerry?
Ty.
Hello?
Can't hear you, Ty. Can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ty. I can hear you, Bobby.
Can't
Go
hear
ahead,
you,
Bobby.
Ty.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. Wait, let me log out and log back in.
All right. So who's this now? We won. Jesus is King. Yeah, we won. Yeah, we won. Fantastic. Happy days. Glory, glory, glory. Hallelujah.
We won.
Bobby's return.
We won. We are on top of the world. Jesus is King. And together we look forward to Christmas. We are the best. We are the best. We are the very best. Welcome back, Bobby.
I'm wondering if there's
I
something
can't
wrong
hear
with
you, Ty.
Bobby's audio.
So you go ahead until Bobby returns or his audio is accessible. You go ahead and
Can you hear him?
Yes, Bobby, I can hear you.
Well, Jerry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Bobby. You go ahead.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with his audio. Okay. So yes, Jesus is King. What is your thoughts on the match, sir? What do you mean takeaways from the match? Jesus is King. Well, in the meantime, let's see if I can find a. Is the thing gonna what does that? Okay, I have to go to this manually then. Um, mm, I'm gonna read the statistics that I can find here on this app of the final statistics. See if Bobby will rejoin. Okay, as soon as I see that he joins. Okay, that's funny. Can you hear us now, Bobby?
Hello, Bobby. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Let's see. Can you hear us now, Bobby?
I can hear you on another device.
Okay.
I'm not sure why I can't hear you on the main device. Let's see. That is really weird. But yeah, what can I say, Ty? Ty, this to me is what you call a dissatisfying win, in my opinion. Wasted a lot of chances. I think the excuse being put out is that the whole Baku trip kind of affected us a bit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think we had more than enough chances to score an absolute hatful today, and we didn't. And the lack of attacking dominance gives me concern. And what gives me most concern is, look, we have been through this developmental process. You know, we spent a lot of agonizing seasons, 2 solid seasons, developing Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson. And just when a season came where we would start to yield the benefits of that, we get rid of them. Now, rightly or wrongly, it's open to debate. But what I'm seeing now is that we're going back to watching development. Esteval's a miracle at 18. What that kid does, he made the difference really when he came on. But apart from that, we're still watching development in Garnacho, despite the fact that I have to give him flowers for his 2 assists. Gittens, I'm not very sure what he gave when he came on. Andre Santos, still in a development process. So we're kind of starting again. I don't know. I'm glad we won, of course. I'm happy we won. It's important we won. But the way and manner with which we did it doesn't convince me, especially when you think we're facing Arsenal next and then facing Barcelona. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we just have to wait and see what happens there. I would just finish trying to see if anybody else wants to give their thoughts before I conclude, because this has been a very long stream. It's been 3 hours now. So
You've done
nobody else
well.
joins.
You've done very well.
It's been 6 hours. I've done 6 hours of streaming today. I did one for the women's team earlier, very early, because it's very early on my end. Took a 1 hour nap and then came back for this stream. So it's a lot. So if anybody else doesn't join, I think I think I've done more than enough for one day. And I'll just take the 2 weeks or thereabouts of break from this aspect of the men's side, at least. But yeah, I don't see anybody else joining. Later, about 5 more minutes. But in the meantime, I want to share the final statistics for the game. Probably that will give people enough time if they want to join to hop on. But yeah, of course, we obviously know that we won 3-0. All the 3 goals coming in the second half. And I mean, the 3 players that were under scrutiny were the ones that got the goals. Gusto getting his first goal, which is a very good thing. He's been trying to get that first goal for a while. So I'm happy that he's gotten off. He has opened his account for Chelsea. João Pedro, who was really a concern in terms of if he left his shooting boots, but he was able to strike when it mattered. And Pedro Neto, who started to look promising that second half, was able to get the 3rd goal thanks to Garnacho, who is slowly starting to gel with the team, and you're starting to see that there's a player in him, about consistency, and there's still a level of improvement that perhaps is needed. But the statistics is that we had 8 shots on target. According to live score, Wolves had no shots on target. Apparently they had 3 shots, while we had 14, I beg your pardon, shots in total. We had 6 block shots. We had 6 shots off targets as well. They had 3 shots off targets. They had 0 block shots. 35% possession for them and 65 for us. 10 corner kicks for us and only 1 for them. No offsides. 12 fouls on our end and 14 on Wolves' side. 12 throw-ins for us, 19 for them. 2 yellow cards for them, 1 yellow card for us. And we can be happy. No red cards today. So we completed the game with 11 men. Fantastic. Another game where we did not get a red card. That's always a good thing. And Robert Sanchez didn't really have much to do, in all honesty. He made a very good save in the first half where he lunged and punched the ball out, but he didn't really have much to worry about in this game, which I'm sure he was grateful for. 4 goal kicks.
4 goal kicks for Robert Sanchez and 8 for John Stone. So yeah, that's the basis of the statistics. I don't think there's anything else of importance. But yeah, you can see that, Wolves weren't really much of a threat as people perhaps expected. I expected them to at least score a goal because they love to score at least 1 goal against us. They did give us a bit of a scare in the cup a few weeks ago. So it would have been interesting if they got another goal today. But fantastic, as you guys said, we got to win. That's all that matters. Blue Line Chelsea saying great show. Much appreciation to you, Blue Line Chelsea. Although I don't know how much of the stream you were actually watching, because it said 0 people watching at one point. So I don't know if you're saying great show in terms of what you were listening to before and what you heard a while ago, because I know nobody was watching for a good while before that. But thank you very much. Much appreciation to you. 5 minutes has gone. Nobody else has joined. That being said, thank you very much, Jerry, for tuning in, for also supporting behind the scenes as well. And thank you, Bobby, for coming on to give your halftime thoughts, your full-time thoughts, and your thoughts on other aspects as well. Anything else that either one of you or both of you want to say before I end the stream?
No, well done for streaming, guys. It's very appreciated, especially when the rest of what I'll classify as our group are not streaming. To stick it out for 6 hours plus, I think that's very commendable. So well done.
Yeah. Hopefully I will reap the rewards of such a commitment and investment in the future. But much appreciation to you, as I said, Bobby, for coming on and for always joining when you get the chance. Anything that you want to say, Jerry?
No, thank you so much for having me, and of course, great pleasure to have Bobby over here. So the one and the only thing that I have to say, I need to say,
What?
The one and the only thing. Yeah, what happened, by the way? Did I miss something?
You said no, and then you said the one thing that I have to say is stumble up because you just said no, but you're going to say something. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have something special to say over here. So if I have to say one thing, is that would be that we need consistency. We can be happy here and there. Great performance against Liverpool, great win, amazing performance against Spurs, in my opinion. Today we won again. And maybe we'll defeat Barcelona 5-1, and then we will lose to Burnley, or before that we'll lose to Burnley. So there's so much potential, there's so much promise, but the gut, is always very reserved. The football gut, as a fan, there's still not so much confidence that I have, even though we are second right now, right? 6 points behind Arsenal. There's everything to play for. We have a great opportunity to make it to the Champions League without playing the qualifiers. But I don't know how ambitious the management is. Win, lose, or draw, will they really sit and talk, as I was saying 20 odd minutes ago? Will they really sit and talk? Maresca, the sporting directors, Reece James. Hey, we can really give it a shot over here in the Premier League title race. With Arsenal, you never know. We are second, or maybe we'll be third, come tomorrow. But do they have the ambition? I'm just saying, as a fan, go for it. Go for it. And yes, there's a lot of promise, but I'm so uncertain how this season will go. And that's very sad.
Okay, sir. For someone that said no, they had nothing special to say. That was quite interesting. And of course Tobago, who has now joined, said big up to the chat and the panel, and he also said it is where was it? He said something about it is difficult, or it's what? Where was it? I saw the message he sent to you. He directed to you. Oh, it's hard to be consistent. Or it's hard to be consistent with kids, Jerry. So thank you for joining, Tobago. We're about to end now. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 60 minutes plus. So I think this is a good place to end it. So thank you guys, as I said before, for tuning in, and thank you very much to Team CFC, and of course Blue Line Chelsea for becoming members, and of course Blue Line Chelsea for gifting the membership, albeit it went to them. But thank you guys both for joining the membership community. I need to work on getting more content over there for persons. There's things there already, but considering the fact that there's not many members there, I'm saying that is it really worth putting our content there? But perhaps I'll do some timeless videos so that it's easy for it to be more persuasive for persons to join the membership. But we'll see. There's a lot planned for the channel and for 2026, all being well. So thank you guys, as I said, for tuning in, and thank you to the both of you for showing the support by joining the membership community. But thank you guys, as I said, for joining.
Neon poles in